Hello, Virgo. I have prayed over the cards and asked that everyone listening to this reading receive at least one message. Again, with it being a general reading, it is for a broad, large audience. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and take a look here. So you see, we're starting off, and actually we've had this card recently, indecision. And when you look at this card, and actually I'll hold it up a little bit closer, see if it'll zoom in so you can take a look at it there. So what you'll see is the hooded figure is standing at a point of indecision, can't decide which lane to go down. And, you know, to that person, what I'm getting is that, you know, right now you're facing two or more choices. For most of you, it's two choices. And from your perspective, when you're looking at it, you really can't tell which is the better choice between the two. And what the angels are wanting you to know, there is a choice that is better of the two, most definitely, and to ask for their help when trying to make that decision. Because I'm getting, you're standing still because you're confused. The decision's very emotional. I get for many of you, it has to do with a romantic relationship. And for some of you, I'm getting that it has to do with your career, your, be it self-employment, career, working for a company, working for someone else, because that's your security, it's your stability, and it's for many a challenging decision to make. So it's packed with emotions, and so I'm getting that, you know, it's very emotional for you, and almost like there's waves of emotion as you're trying to make this decision. You have peaks up, and then you have a lot of emotional lows, and it's really just causing you to stay stuck. And what they're wanting to know is you literally could stay stuck like this for months or years, and they're really encouraging you to get out of that. And because it's sucking all the energy and life out of you, and it's almost putting you into a state of depression and sadness because of your inability to make a decision about this. So they're really encouraging you to get out of this paralysis because you're stuck. Also, for some of you, I get that you're stuck because you want a definitive, like you want to know for sure, if I go down this path, does the future hold for me? But that's also keeping you in this state of paralysis. So they want you to know it's time to let all of that go. Some of you have been doing a lot of analysis. You've done enough with the T-charts, and I'm getting that for those of you that this is a message, you already know in your heart what's the right decision for you. It's just you're so worried. It's almost, for some of you, it's fear. You're paralyzed by fear as well, because you're afraid it's not going to work out, or it's going to turn out negatively, like a similar situation for you. Maybe you had an ugly divorce, and you're afraid that, okay, if I move forward with this person, it's going to end up being the same thing and break my heart. Or maybe, you know, with career choices, maybe you're looking at starting a new career. Maybe it's something you did years ago when you first joined the workforce, and it didn't work out very well because you just weren't at that point yet to be able to succeed in that career field. And you're just afraid that it'll be a flop again. But what they're wanting you to know is let go of the fear. Let go of the overanalyzing. This is a time for you to pray, to meditate. I do get most of you already know deep in your heart which is the right decision. It's just you need to follow your heart, and you need to make the honoring choice, the right choice that they've been guiding you toward, and act on it and move forward so that you'll get yourself out of this stuck state that you've been in for some of you quite some time. So what they're saying is get out of that stuck position. Make the decision. And again, most of you know what that is. And those of you that don't pray and meditate and ask. Next card we have here, and I think we recently had that one as well. It's the thinking man. And I know that we've had it before, because you can see here that he's staring into some crystals. He's really deep in contemplation. And again, I get this ties back to overthinking, overanalyzing. You know, which path do I take? Which way do I go? I mean, he's really reflecting and in deep thought. And I get that it's a very emotionally charged decision for a number of you. But what they're trying to say is to pay attention. I get for some of you with making this decision, you have recently or in the very near future have had somebody come into your life, be it a teacher or like a friend or family, someone that has helped you gain clarity on that decision. And what I'm getting is you've been indecisive, you've had this person, this friend, this family member, this, the teacher that's given you some additional information to help you, additional things to consider when making your decision that have provided you that additional clarity that you need. But I get that you're ignoring it, that you're not listening to that, which is again keeping you stuck. So they're really encouraging you to pay attention to those things and move forward, because they're saying, by paying attention and acting, you're going to have great strides in reaching that, personal, and for some of you, the professional career, growth and success that you're seeking. The card that we have here is Journey. And this, of course, in the deck, falls right after the first card, which is, one is the ending and beginnings of everything. And with this card, what they're trying to say is that by listening to that guidance that you've been getting, by making a decision and forging forward with no more delays, that you're going to begin the journey of a lifetime. What they're saying is you're holding yourself back. And I get for many of you, it's because you're paralyzed with fear. And that fear is just keeping you from this journey, these things that you desire. And what they're also encouraging you and want you to know is it's going to go off without a hitch. It's going to go flawlessly. It's watched over by the angels. It's your decision. I mean, because I'm getting for many of you, maybe you've been thinking about this job for a long time, and maybe you've been unhappy at your current workplace for a long time, and you want to leave, but you're just so afraid to do that. But you've been getting a lot of signs, and you've even had, for some of you, this recent teacher, person, friend that has given you some additional insight. And for others, you've been doing overanalyzing for a long time, T-charting, looking at it, but you've just been afraid to move forward, just absolutely stuck in fear because you're afraid it's not going to go right. But what they want you to know, it is going to go flawlessly. They are helping you with this. And so you have some very exciting adventures ahead of you. And what they're saying they're saying it's the journey of a lifetime. You just need to take that leap. It's very prosperous, joyful. It's everything you've desired and been praying for and asking for. It's right there. It's just waiting on you because they're there to help. So they're really encouraging you. You're finished with all that. Make the decision, move forward. Okay, next card we have up here is Marriage. So what I'm getting with that one, and actually I'll hold it up. I'm getting for many of you, things that you're questioning and contemplating actually have to do with marriage. And I get for a number of you, I get for most of you, it's actually, and not necessarily that you're thinking about getting married, but I get for most of you, it's you're contemplating a committed relationship with someone. It's truly the basis of the question. And what I'm getting is that relationship that you're contemplating. So for some of you, this is you're trying to decide between two people. So you've been trying to decide between two people. You're filled with fear. You're stuck because you're afraid to move forward. You've even gotten some recent insight, but you're still keeping yourself stuck because you're afraid it's not going to work out well. It is going to work out well. But they say, listen to the guidance and go down the right path because you do have a, commitment pending that will be beautiful, and they just said magical. So when you look at this card, you'll see there's a unicorn, there's a lot of butterflies and fairies, and it's just very magical. So they're saying it will be magical for you, and I'm getting that the basis for that hinges off of this. And I do get for a very small number of you, you've been having some tension, and they're saying it's a very, very small number. But I do get for a very tiny number of you, you are married, you are in a committed relationship. It's been kind of rocky recently because there have been a lot of changes in life, but they want you to know that it's going to be okay. And you just need some healing with each other. be it going to seek professional healing, or be it just going to start having some fun with each other and bringing some joy back into the marriage, because I'm getting stresses of daily life have just really pulled a lot of the joy out of the marriage. So they're encouraging you to go and have fun together, find that place of union of the two of you, just enjoying life, find that magic together again, and you would benefit from that. The next card we have is Everything's Okay. And when you read the bottom of that, it says, don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. And again, they're using this to really let you know that everything truly is okay. Because I'm getting that you're very, very concerned about the situation, be it a job, be it a romantic partner, a relationship. You're really stressed out about it. And I get that you're terrified because of past experiences, that you're just so terrified it's not going to go well. And they're just trying to reassure you that everything's going to work out in a divine, perfect way. So they would like to encourage you to uplift your outlook, to be positive. And if you have questions, you'll find that assistance by taking a walk outdoors, meditating, praying for their help. And for some of you, just to get your mind off of it, they're saying that have faith, know that it's okay. It's divinely protected. They're helping out. It's going to work out perfectly. They're trying to help you get out of your own way. But in the meantime, what you can do is just have faith and trust that God's got it. It's going to work out well, and you just go and enjoy. Go exercise, take a weekend trip with friends, go visit loved ones, go do something fun for you, and know that it's okay. It's all going to work out perfectly. Then we have from Archangel Michael, your children are watched over by angels. And you can see in this, Archangel Michael standing by a little girl. If anyone's familiar, Archangel Michael is the warrior, protector. And I'm getting for a number of you, you've had some concerns about your children. Maybe they're being bullied at school. Maybe they're kind of depressed and they're going through a hard time right now. And I'm getting that there's various reasons. Some could be because they're being bullied. Some are in bad grades. Some, they're very athletic and, things have not been going well in the sport that they do. But they're just going through a challenging time. And what Archangel Michael is wanting you to know that he is watching over them. And he is protecting them and taking care of them. And it's going to be okay. So just keep praying for them, and you're going to see it work out well, because I am getting, yes, prayer would help with that. And he is definitely saying that they are being watched over by him and the angels. So you can trust and know that all will be well. It's going to work out. Now I am getting for some of you that this is talking about your children that aren't here on earth. They're talking about your children that are up in heaven. So I'm getting for, and this is for a very small number of you, I'm getting that it's children that you have lost are watching over you. And I get for some of you, it's children that you've lost. It's children, for some of you, that maybe you lost at an early point, maybe a miscarriage or something, and they're like wanting to come back and actually be your child here on earth. So I get that they're cheering you on. I get that, in addition, Archangel Michael, so the angels are cheering you on to get yourself unstuck, but so are your children that are in heaven. Because for the small number of you where the children, say maybe it was a miscarriage, and that child really, because we pick who our parents are going to be before we incarnate and come down here to earth. So I get that for some of you, and again it's a small number, that your son, your daughter, that because the timing wasn't right, not that there was anything wrong with you, anything wrong with, it's just timing. I'm getting it was a timing factor. Timing wasn't right. That they're up in heaven cheering you on. And for some of you, that this is all hinging on a romantic partnership, that they're cheering you on to get yourself on the road to this journey of a lifetime with that partner that's going to be their mom or dad. So they're waiting on you to get yourself moving forward, get your acting gear, get your acting gear, get moving forward, because you have a little one that wants to come back down here with you. And in the meantime, Archangel Michael is watching over you. And I do also get that it's a divine thing, like the angels are cheering you on too, and they're really trying to help you, which I get for many of you. You've been getting a lot of signs about this decision. I get for a number of you it's romantic, and for some of you it's career, but you've been getting a ton of signs. And it's like they're just waiting, they're cheering for you to make that decision. They've been trying to push you toward for a long time. So they're just waiting for you to do that, so then they can all start celebrating, because it is being watched over. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these shifted down a little bit. Actually, we'll probably have to shift up. Okay. So what they had me do is they had me pull the bottom card for some additional information, and they had me pull those for outcomes. So let's see what they've got here. Let's see if we can get those in the camera. The first one that we have here is about healing. And it says healing energy surrounds you in this situation. Now with that, I am getting for the small number of you that they were talking about, you know, your marriage, how you've been kind of stuck. And what I'm getting for all of you that, you know, what they're trying to say is they've heard your prayers. Your prayers are actually being answered right now. For some of you, they already have been answered. And I get the situation hinges off of healing. So be it a past relationship has just, you know, you really burned you, and you're terrified, and you're stuck because you're terrified it's going to happen again. You have needed personal healing. And what they're trying to tell you is that some of you will be finalizing your healing. And for some of you, you've just actually recently finished your healing. You just need to take the step forward. And it could even be applicable to a job, like you've not had the confidence in yourself. You've kind of questioned whether you're capable of doing that job. Do you have the skills? So you've needed some also healing on yourself. So what they're saying is, for most of you, you are going to be finishing, and also for the marriage, same thing. You know, you'll get that healing finished and finalized, is what I'm getting. And for some of you, you just recently, like within the past week or so, finished the healing that you need to do, or that needed to be done in order to catapult forward. So, I'm getting that all ties back to everything's okay. I'm getting that, you know, sometimes we think that our life is just, we think it's falling apart. And what we don't realize is that everything's actually falling into place. So what I'm getting with a lot of you is, you know, it's been an emotional roller coaster. You know, you're trying to decide between two people. There's hurt, there's pain, there's been deceit, lying, confusion. You've been getting a lot of divine signs. You're not following. I might get for some of you with, you know, jobs, it's finances, it's your security. How am I going to pay for my family? How am I going to take care of them? Can I do this job? Can I not do this job? And again, it's an emotional roller coaster. And in the meantime, just things with life have been happening. So, and I do get that because of the indecision, you've been there for so long, it's almost as though you've been in like a state of depression, where just the joy's been sucked out of you. So I get for a number of you, you're just kind of like, it's almost like you've hit rock bottom, and you just feel like everything in life's just fallen apart. And like maybe for some of you, maybe you've been trying to decide between, you know, two romantic partners. And, you know, maybe you've been, or for some of you, maybe there's one, maybe you're trying to decide between continuing to try and make it work with someone, or moving on and trying to find someone new. And I get for some of you that, you know, this person you've been trying to make it work with forever, for a very long time, you keep getting roadblocks and things that keep pointing you to the fact that that is not the person for you. And it's like you're totally discouraged because you've been trying so hard to make it work, and it's just not working. And for some of you that it's a job, you know, you've been trying to make your job work. You know, you've been stressed at work, things aren't going well at work, they're making changes, you're not happy, and it's just, you're just totally discouraged and upset because that partner you've desired so much, it's just not going to happen. And you're just almost like not letting yourself accept that. And then the job of trying to force things at work, and, you know, things aren't going well, that's also just gotten to the point that you're totally discouraged, and you're just at the point where you feel that your life has just fallen apart. The things that you've desired and wanted have just fallen out of your grasp. And But what they're wanting you to know is it's actually falling into place. You just need to start trusting. And the foundation of the healing and the thinking and all the signs that you've been getting, it's laid that foundation. It's just time for you to move forward and act on it. Which is perfectly lined up with, I was going to go to the next card, which is lined up exactly with this card from Archangel Michael saying, it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. And no, I'm not getting that for those of you that are married. What I'm getting is that this is to confirm that your prayers have been heard, and this card is to tell you that they've been answered, and that the answer that they're saying is it's time for you to leave, and leave now. Actually, I just heard Archangel Michael say, it's time, leave now. Angels always aren't such warm and fuzzy. Sometimes they're pretty direct, and he's pretty direct with that answer that, you know, enough's enough. It is time for you to leave this situation. If it's a toxic work environment and you've been knowing to leave and go to another career or go to another company, search a business, leave that toxic job, that toxic position, and start heading toward the other career, other path. I'm not saying up and quit your job tomorrow, but I do get for many of you actually already have a second option for the job, but you've been afraid to take it. It is time to get off that path and get onto the right path. And I do get for some of you that are in the romantic, that are single and you're trying to decide, for some of you that, you know, you've been trying to make it work with someone for so long, they're saying, stop. They've given you enough signs that that is not the person for you. And they're saying, don't delay it any longer, leave. Because you've been in this toxic situation for so long, you've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, for something that it's not yielding any healthy results for you. And it's not beneficial for you. It's not beneficial for them. It's not beneficial for your family. So for some of you, if it's a job, it's, you know, staying in a toxic job that brings you home unhappy every night. You know, it's toxic and it's impacting your family as well. So what they want you to know is you don't have to stay in that negativity any longer. It is time to walk away from that without any guilt, without any hesitation, without any reservations, to be fearless. And Archangel Michael is there to help you with that. And for some of you, I'm getting for a small number of you, this is even addictions. He's trying to, it could be even addictions. It could be alcohol, it could be other drugs, that maybe you've been contemplating giving it up for a while. But he's very firm with leave it now. So you could actually be averting something serious with your health by listening to those nudges you've had and quitting those unhealthy addictions and behaviors so that you don't cause yourself any serious health problems. So then last two cards, we're almost there. They are saying that these are outcome cards. Let's see what they've got. Okay. So this is attachment. So what you'll see here, you've got a figure. She's actually chained to a post. She's holding a mask up. So what they're saying is that the outcome for you is going to be to free yourself. You free yourself. And that's the big outcome. I'm getting that your movement forward into this, the love that you desire, the relationship you desire. I get the moving forward into the, you know, career of your dreams. I get that moving forward, it's actually being stopped by your attachments that you have to old patterns and people from the past, and it's like chaining you and getting like you're bolted in fear from things that have happened in the past, and even for some of you, like desperation for the future. Like maybe you're trying so hard to, you know, there's this person that you're just head over heels with, and you've been trying for so long to make it work with them, that in your desperation to make that work, and I get deep down, it's when you've done your meditating and you're praying, you know that you don't really deep down want to be with that person. You don't really deep down love them. But out of desperation for maybe that thought of what a relationship, that marriage, that connection could be like, you're just desperately hanging on and you've got yourself stuck. And then the flip side for others, I mean, just fear. That, again, the paralysis, you're just stuck still because of your fear. And some of you, I get, like, you've even, like, when you look at the mask, it's almost like you've been ignoring. You've been ignoring the signs you've been receiving. You've been ignoring your own feelings. It's like you have not wanted to admit to yourself that, you know, this isn't right for you. This isn't the right job. This isn't the right person. This is not right for you. You've been in denial. And when you look at the root cause and you sit and think about it, you've been in denial because of fear, because of desperation, because for some of you, even trying to, you know, prove others that they were, like, wrong. And so that what they're saying is the outcome for this week is to break that attachment. Because that stuff that's keeping you stuck, which could also be, for some of you, it could be addictions. For some of you, the thing holding you back could be addictions to alcohol or drugs. But what they're saying, you know, if you are living in a place of fear, if you're addicted to old habits, if you're addicted to old patterns, if you're just really stuck, you're not happy, that, you know, what they're saying is you're keeping yourself stuck. She's stuck by herself. And they're saying you have the key to free yourself. So you feeling stuck and unhappy and almost depressed, like it's, for many of you, I get that's of your own making. So what they're saying, as far as this being an outcome, is take that action to finally break those chains so that you can move forward freely, openly, into that healthy, vibrant life that you've dreamed of, to that job, to that person. And even for some of you, if it's an addiction, to a healthier lifestyle. And it's going to take courage. If I give for a lot of you, it's going to take courage, and it's going to take effort. I get for so many of you, it's just like you're stuck, you're stagnant. And some of you just, you know, not making a decision's been essentially, it's making a decision to not do anything. You're going to have to do something. You are going to have to make the effort. You will have to have the courage. And what they're saying is they're going to help you with that. And they said that you are capable of doing that, and that you have that within you, and that the things waiting for you are watched over by them. But until you break the chains, they're saying that you'll just continue to be stuck in this difficult, repeating cycle. But this is the outcome. I do get that this is going to be that you're going to break yourself free. And you've got a whole team backing you up. And then I get, obviously looking at this card, this is the other outcome card, which is 34. And this is door to personal happiness and healing. And when you look, you know, you see the beautiful lotus flowers. You've got a dove, which of course symbolizes love, purity. You've got a rainbow, treasures, new beginnings. And what I'm getting is there's been a lot of healing that's been going on. There's been, you know, breaking habits, patterns, addictions. You know, I get that breaking those chains, that you are going to open that door to your personal happiness. Everything that you've been dreaming for and praying for is going to come to fruition. And that is the long-term outcome. The outcome is you will break free. And when you look at these cards, we have, because I keep saying it keeps saying like they are watching over it. They're saying they are watching over it. And when you look at these, we have 3 cards with angels. And three is it's a number to where the angels they're trying to get your attention. They're trying to have you have faith. So anytime you see 3s, this is just they're really trying to have you have faith. They're trying to encourage you to be positive. They're trying to encourage you to communicate, to be open to love, to be optimistic, to be filled with faith. And it all keeps coming back to have faith. And 3 threes in a row, it's like a Jesus connection. It's like a divine connection. This situation for many of you, it's being watched over by the divine. The angels have your back. God has your back. Just trust, have faith, pray, ask for some help. And this will be the week that all that darkness, all that indecisiveness, all that being stuck will finally, because they did say this is the outcome. The outcome is you breaking free. You will break free by the end of the week. And that is when the door to everything you've desired will come open. You'll start to see those blessings unfold before you. So it's actually some good news. It may not appear otherwise, but that's very good news. I wish you all a wonderful week filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.